everyone, it's that time of the year, back to school. And we're dedicating this week's app show to education. And I'm sitting here with Jenny and Lindsay from our education team. So ladies, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
I work on the Google for Education Chromebooks team, specifically on devices, and I used to be a 5th grade math teacher.
And Lindsay?
I work on Google Classroom and Google Expeditions.
And so in today's episode, we want to show off some of our new features from our recent product announcements. And what's cool about these is a lot of them were driven by feedback from real teachers. So first up, let's look at a way for students to cast their screen to their teachers and the rest of their classmates. So Jenny, I know this is something you've been working with our product team on quite a bit. So give us a scoop on Cast for Education.
Definitely. So as you said, we listened to teachers, and the #1 request we heard from educators last year was the ability to share your screen wirelessly. Now you can. Google Cast for Education allows teachers and students to share their screens wirelessly to the front of the room. Teachers can walk around, interact with students, and students can collaborate with the click of a button.
So let's see it in action.
First, I'll show steps I'd take as a teacher. Visit the Chrome Web Store and install the Google Cast for Education web app by clicking the Add to Chrome button. Once your app is installed, launch Cast for Education from your app menu. Next, invite students to Cast. You can invite a Google Classroom or a Google Group. Finally, set permissions, so you can control what's shared and when. Students simply click on the Cast feature in the Chrome browser and choose a class to cast to. Teachers can accept or reject the student cast. If the teacher accepts, the student's screen appears, and voila, students are presenting to their classmates. This is Abby, a 6th grade language arts teacher using Cast for Education. She wanted her students to share their work and guide class learning. Abby said, "Before I knew it, I was co-teaching with a 6th grader. With Cast for Education, my students engage and take ownership of their learning." And that's what our team is focused on, listening to teacher feedback and improving our products.
So now let's switch gears and hear from Lindsay on how we keep parents and guardians in the loop with a new feature in Google Classroom. So Lindsay, keeping parents and guardians in the loop of their students' learning is a huge deal.
Absolutely.
And we saw that was actually a big request coming from Google Classroom.
Yep.
So talk us through what we can expect with the new email summaries for guardians and parents within Google Classroom.
Sure. Once invited by a teacher, parents and guardians can receive automated daily or weekly email summaries of student work and class announcements. This makes it easier for parents to stay up to date on what's happening in the classroom.
What a great way for parents and guardians to stay in the loop.
Absolutely.
So in addition to email summaries, the Classroom team has been pretty busy with the launch of a new annotation feature in our Classroom app. Can you fill us in on that one?
Sure. So I would think about it this way. When a teacher is trying to help a student understand complex subjects like science or math, visuals like drawing on a whiteboard can be really helpful.
Exactly.
In the Classroom mobile app, teachers and students can now draw on, write on, or highlight documents in PDFs. Students can use annotations to complete assignments, sketch out math problems, or even create interesting visuals of creative ideas directly on their devices. Annotations are also great for teachers too. Teachers can quickly grade assignments by writing directly on the student's work or highlight the most important passage in a text or novel.
And lastly, with Google Expeditions, something that we're all very excited about. Tell us what's new.
So since we launched Google Expeditions, more than 1 million students across 11 countries have been on one of these virtual field trips. For the new school year, we've added even more expeditions, and there are a few I'm personally really excited about, like going inside the human body and visiting the Himalayas in Bhutan. With over 200 expeditions available, there is no shortage of experiences that teachers can choose for their classroom.
You have to check out this temple. It's amazing.
In addition to all the expeditions updates we've covered, we've touched on quite a bit. Everything from Cast for Education to guardian summaries and annotations in Google Classroom.
To stay up to date on future product announcements and hear some amazing teacher stories, be sure to check out the Google for Education blog for all the latest.
And before we go, if you want to hear more from the education team, tell us so in the comments.
And we'll see you next week. As we all know, it's pretty rare to have a workday without any meetings. But thanks to video conferencing, we can connect with colleagues countries apart or even take a trip to the couch for those work meetings from home.